What's the number one strategy for finding opportunity, for getting leads? There's all types of ways to get in touch with people. Like I've got some of them listed out here. We've got direct mail, we've got cold calling, we've got door knocking, bandit signs, mass media like telephone, TV, not telephone, but TV and radio. You've got networking, which I like. I used to hate network marketing. I'm a bit of an introvert, so I get nervous out in crowds. But network marketing has done very well for me over the past couple of years. Craigslist is kick butt.
It's the bomb, right?
It really is. I mean,
you can find everything on Craigslist.
Craigslist is awesome. And you got like SEO web traffic, and you got driving for dollars, and that is just a very small list of all of the things you can do as a real estate investor to create opportunity. And that is one of the, like I said, the biggest job as a real estate investor is you need to create opportunity. You need to create opportunity. But of everything I've got up there, what is the number one strategy that, I know that you're newer, but, there's no wrong answers here. What would you think?
Personally, I think networking.
Networking? I love networking.
I think networking and maybe, anything that's to do on the web.
The web?
So, I'm more of a nerdy guy, so I like my technology. So the way I market my business, I use the internet. I use social media, the internet and stuff like that, and SEO, optimization. So
that's great.
That's something that I think. I don't know what's better.
What I'm going to say is that is absolutely the correct answer.
Hell yeah.
And the reason I'm going to say that is because everything up there works and works extremely well.
Okay.
The only thing that doesn't work is the one that you don't focus on. So if you want to be a badass Craigslister and you focus on nothing but Craigslist, guess what's going to work for you?
Craigslist is going to be the best, yeah.
Craigslist is going to work for you. Yeah. If you want to be SEO and you want to be the best at SEO, what's going to be the number one strategy up there?
It's going to be SEO.
So what I need to tell everybody out there is I see a lot of people getting in and they try and hit 20 different types of marketing all at once. That's fine if you have a massive budget and the ability to outsource it.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're going to be able to specialize and be the best at any one of those if you're trying to do them all at one time and split your budget up across all of them.
I guess they should diversify each strategy to see which one would probably be the best outcome for them.
What I would say is pick the one that you can afford,
Okay.
that you can stay consistent with, and that you feel like you can learn and dominate.
Okay.
So if you can't focus on door knocking because you don't have the time, is door knocking going to work for you? Because you don't have the time for it.
No.
You don't have the time for it. So if I'm looking up there and I'm like, I'm limited on time, door knocking is probably not the strategy I want to do.
Yeah, I'm a little crippled right now too, so I don't think door knocking will be the best
Right?
option. Yeah.
But if I had a Friday afternoon, bandit signs might work for me.
Yeah.
Bandit signs might work for me.
Yeah.
The key point that I want to make here is that you need to pick one, focus on it, and dominate it.
Okay.
Once you have dominated it, and if you have the money up front to outsource it, then outsource it up front. But you need to put a strategy around it.
Okay.
You need to dominate it. And then as you create the income to replicate and scale it and outsource it,
Reinvest it
back into that marketing, hire somebody to do that marketing for you, and that has now freed up your time to continue growing your business.
Gotcha.
So now if I want to be the best at Bandit Signs there ever was. I want to drop 1,000 of them a day for the next month, 2 months, 3 months. That's great. But learn how to automate, outsource, and push it down the road.
Gotcha.
But only after you have dominated it.
Gotcha.
Learn it, figure it out,
Dominate
systematize it, and then go on to the next step.
Gotcha.
I see a lot of people coming in, and they're like, well, I'm going to do Bandit Signs, I'm going to do door knocking, I'm going to do Craigslist, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And I'm the only person doing it, and I have no money.
That's
You're
tough.
not going to get very far doing that.
Yeah, it's very tough.
All right, so I loved your answer, though. You looked at that, and you saw the ones that you felt the most comfortable with, and you felt like you could perform. And that's what I'm going to tell everybody watching, is go look at all the different ways you can market, and then try and hone in on the ones that you feel like you could be the most consistent with, and that you could actually put your time, effort, and energy into it and dominate it.
Yeah.
That's going to be the number one strategy for no matter what time of the year it is. So that's
awesome.
what I'm looking at there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something that I systematized, outsourced, scaled up, and dominated.
Okay.
And the reason I feel like I was dominating it is because I know there's 176 cities within about a half hour to 45 minutes of DFW. And of those 176 cities that I was hitting up on, probably only about 10 to 15 of them actually knew what I was doing. So if only 10 to 15 knew what I was doing,
There's not that much competition.
there's not much competition.
Gotcha.
So I knew that I had to have been dominating it because I had no competition, because the people that were giving me the information had no clue what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So if you really want to become successful in this business, learn to innovate a little bit. I mean, there's always tried and true methods will always work.
Yeah.
Bandit Signs will always work. You can still be a little innovative with Bandit Signs, and if we have time today, I'll show you how I was able to do that.
Yeah, I saw a Bandit sign the other day. It says Santa Claus buys houses.
See, there you go.
Right here in December, Santa Claus was over there trying to buy some houses.
For, you know, Donovan Ruffin?
Huh?
So, shout out to you, Donnie. I saw some of his Bandit Signs out there.
Really?
And, you know, you remember the Cash Me Outside, how about that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did see that.
So
too.
Donnie's signs were like, I buy houses, how about that?
Yeah, I saw that.
You know,
I saw that.
And then he always uses Perla.
Yeah.
You know, Perla buys houses, so
Wow.
it is what it is. But
Yeah.
shout out to you for making that happen.
Yeah.
But all
That
of
grabs
that,
a lot of attention right there. That's
but
good.
yeah, I mean, just tweak things up, change it up. I
Yeah.
mean, don't go out there and do the whole same, I buy houses.
Yeah.
You know, that was all sweet and good back in 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But after you see 3,000 Bandit signs that all say we buy houses, it starts losing the ring to it.
Yeah.
And, you know, some people argue with me, and that's good. That's the good thing about investing is we all have our own ways.
Yeah.
But, you know, we started changing ours up, like get full retail price for your house.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying I'll pay you full price for your house.
Yeah.
You know, I pay retail. You know, other people buy houses, I pay a whole lot more.
Yeah, it's
You
a
know,
big attention grabber right
yeah,
there.
I mean, just change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're watching this right now and you've just tuned in or you've been watching it from the beginning, help us out here. Like us, share what we got going on, and just it helps us out with Facebook. I mean, it really does. We're doing this for free, and what I hope in return is that you'll give us a little bit of the love, show us some of the likes, show us some shares, and then check out Propelio.com to see what we have to offer there.
Yeah.
But,
I'm a newbie, so this is really great information for me. So for those that are watching and are new as well, I'm going to be asking all the, you know, that I think are dumb questions, but I really want to get this knowledge from him because I know thousands of people want to know the knowledge as well, but they're scared to ask, and I'm just going to go ahead and ask them.
This is a full-blown class, so like if you're out there watching as we speak, you have the opportunity to ask as many questions as you need. We'll answer your questions as we're going through it, so please, if you're out there in the crowd, I will be here to answer your questions. So let's just keep on going with this.
Sweet.
All right, so Public Information Act.
Okay.
This is a state-specific legislature, but it works across the United States. Your legislation may change a little bit from state to state, but it's going to work. You just have to put in your own footwork to make it happen. But let me teach you how to do it here in Texas.
Okay.
So, Public Information Act. Now, let's talk about the Public Information Act real quick, and let me explain a little bit about what this is. I'm going to go ahead and read it for you. The Texas Public Information Act gives the public the right to request access to government information. Okay. So, let me just highlight that. The right to request access to government information. Now, there's a key word in there that I want to focus on. And it says the right. It doesn't say the opportunity or, you know, the privilege. Privileges can be taken away. Rights are not supposed to be. So that's a very key piece that I wanted to highlight there and make very, very, very prominent, and that is you have the right to get this information. It cannot be denied outside of very specific things written into the statute. Okay, so if I'm using the wrong terminology, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a dumbass that quit high school at a very young age. So let's take a look at this next step.
Okay.
When you're making a request, the request must ask for records or information already in existence. Okay. Now what I mean by that, and I just wanted to highlight some of the very specific things that I saw in the act, but what that is saying is I can't ask for like a budget for 2020.
Okay.
You know, if I go to City of Dallas and I was like, I want to see your budget for 2020. Well, if they don't have it, can they give it to me? They can't go out there and make documents that they don't have already the information for. And I'd be willing to bet if they had a budget for 2017, they probably don't.
No.
Yeah, I mean, so you've got to ask for information that they have.
Yeah.
Okay? That is key.
Okay.
So let's move forward. There are exceptions to the act.
Okay.
There are times where the government can deny you the information. And there are very specific things, and I'm not going to get into every one of the reasons they can deny you, because all I want to teach you is the reasons why they can't deny you, so you can make what I'm about to show you happen.
Okay.
All right, so there are exceptions to the act, and, you know, but if the information that you're requesting does not fall within those exceptions, the governmental body has 10 business days to supply you with that information.
Wow.
You know, so like if I submit a request for this information, they can't take 30 days to get it back to me. they can't take 11 business days to get it back to me.
So within those 10 days, they are required to give you that information.
They're required by the Office of the Attorney General.
Wow.
The Office of the Attorney General is the one that drafted this, put it together, put it in place, and they have some very, very strict rules with some teeth in them that the cities must abide by.
Okay.
And once again, disclosure, I'm a dumbass that quit high school. I have absolutely no law experience whatsoever. I just took the time to read the couple hundred pages of the law to try and understand what was going on so that way I can implement and make this happen for myself.
Nice.
Okay, so they have 10 business days to do it for you.
Okay.
If they don't do it, if a governmental body improperly fails to release information, the Act authorizes the requester, myself, or the Office of the Attorney General to file a civil lawsuit to compel the governmental body to release the information.
Have you ever done that?
I've had the Attorney General threaten it, and they finally stood up and did what they were supposed to do.
Wow.
There were several cities in the DFW area. Like I said, I was hitting about 170 to 180 of them on every single month. These cities, some of them didn't want to do what I was asking them because it wasn't necessarily easy for them to do.
Yeah.
You know, it took some work. They had to actually get out of their chair, set down their Starbucks, and walk over to the other computer and type in some information. But sometimes the cities would flat out not want to do it. And after I would explain to them what the legislation said or the statute or whatever that technical term for the law was supposed to be, even after explaining that to them,
they still were just like,
yeah.
Wow.
So I had to actually file some official complaints with the OAG, the Attorney General, the Office of the Attorney General, and they have a specific hotline for making that happen, which I'm going to show you now. Questions or complaints?
Wow, I got all the information.
Yeah, I mean, this is like some legit stuff I'm teaching, and I'm making it sound simple.
Babe, screenshot that. If you're watching this, make sure you screenshot this.
This is being recorded. It's going live, so I mean, feel free to watch this over and over again. But what I really need to stress for not only you, but anybody watching, I'm making this sound straightforward and simple.
Yeah.
I mean, this took me months and months and months. I had sat at a diner and I overheard a conversation that just briefly spoke about this.
Yeah.
So from there, I had to compile all of the stuff around it and start digging in and learning. And 6, 7, 8 months to really get this fine-tuned, honed, and figured out. So what I'm about to show you sounds simple, but I guarantee you I would have pulled at least $10,000 out of my back pocket 2 years ago and handed somebody 10 grand and just said, show me how to do it.
Wow.
And I'm about to show this to you for free right here today. Wow. So make sure you're liking, you're sharing, and you're helping me out by doing that for us because I really need some of that Facebook love. Yeah. I'm egotistical. I want to see some love.